Alright, I'd say let's go ahead and get started, I guess. With our first game of the day, we are going to have Bakaru versus Wolfix here on Power Bond, one of our new ASL maps in the rotation. So here we go into Group C, spawning in the top right-hand corner-ish thing. We have Wolfix as our teal Terran, and in the bottom position at 6 o'clock as our teal Zerg, we have Bakaru, the German mustache Zerg favorite. Crowd favorite, at least. Long-time streamer, long-time contributor to TL, all-around good guy. Honestly, Wolfix, I do not know under that AKA, so I would love to know a little bit more about him. I don't know if he is somebody else, and he's just playing under a different name, or if he's a new player to kind of show up onto the scene. So I have no idea what to expect from him, but Bakaru, a former A-, a I-Cup Zerg, and MMR-wise, somewhere in the 2K range for sure. Although I guess from what I've heard in the last few months, it's gotten significantly more difficult ladder-wise. You know, it used to be lots of guys, apparently, you know, foreign guys getting 25, 26, 2700, with a few guys, you know, your D-Waltz and other types moving up there. Dandy, I think, got up there towards 3K, but apparently now even getting 21, 22, 2300K, 100K, no, 2.1K, 2.2K, 2.3K is getting to be a lot more of a challenge. So I'm guessing maybe Blizzard has made some changes to the ladder or something like that. And we have double drones here for Bakaru, so we're gonna have a scout and presumably a hatchery. No surprises there. Change, oh shit, yeah, all right. Is that on the right? Oh no, I have to do this manually, which is really annoying because it's like dumb. That's why it didn't happen. Or did it do it today? Did it work fine? Oh, today it's letting me do it. Cool. All right. Thanks for the update, though. Yeah. The other day, it was not letting me, like, change scenes unless I, like, manually click something in Streamlabs OBS. And also, just we can take confirmation on Southbound. So we've got a Marine out here trying to micro down this drone, and definitely will get it. Bakaru will have to run away. He's not able to get enough free hits on the Marine to be able to snipe that with the drone. That would require some awkward movement from Wolfix. And in comes the scouting SCV here from Wolfix. Overlord already in position for Bakaru, and of course he's going to move this Overlord gradually over towards this base. SCV coming in. Drones are really want to kill this SCV, and can he snipe it? Oh, it's close, but no. So that ends up just being, you know, a lot of lost mining time for Bakaru. Will he get it? It's very low on health. Some really idle. Oh, I guess he's preparing for a bunker rush, which explains why these drones are down here. So not as big of a deal on the idle time, as of course that is a forward barracks, so obviously he's expecting bunker rush. But only 5 drones here and already 2 Marines with a third coming. He's going to need more off the line, I think, or these guys are going to get slaughtered, although the one Marine is already damaged. Let's see, that one goes down pretty fast. So this is actually being handled pretty well so far from Bakaru if he can get the surround on that one, although now losing 2 drones, and I think he may have just miscalculated. Well, this is low enough. He will kill it, but he's going to lose 3 drones there. And he's going to hold it off just fine. Lings are out now, but that was a decent drone loss. He didn't really want to lose all 3 of them there. Probably one more drone and he wouldn't have lost anything, although it's always touch and go. You know, you pull 9 drones off the line and goodbye economy. But you pull too few and you end up doing that, and he splits off a Zergling. I really do like that. The Marine, oh, but he actually does not split it off from his group. As I say, a Marine can never beat a Zergling one-on-one if it hasn't gotten preemptive shots. And now Bakaru going to run up here, and let's see what we have going on. We do have a factory going here. We have a starport and a few Lings coming in. So he's going to go 1-1-1 more or less. And this Vulture should be able to take care of the Lings pretty easily. Did I change the speed somehow on accident? Is it right? This feels right. I don't know if it lagged or if the speed changed, but either way, it's right now. Alright, So, yeah, these Lings are going to get taken out. He doesn't really see that much. He does see the factory, does see the machine shop, does not see the starport. Might very well suspect the starport in this day and age, but that doesn't necessarily tell you what's going on. Goliath build's been used a little bit more here in the past few months, so Buckaroo is still reasonably in the dark about what's going on. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to sack an Overlord to find out, but given the angle he's coming from, I don't really think he can do that. I think there'll be too much spotting range to adequately get in there and see what's going on. Meanwhile, Buckaroo is just now taking his gas. So that is an incredibly slow gas here. I mean, you know, normally you're pretty close to Spire at this point, and we can see the gas just now finished here for Buckaroo. So that's pretty unusual for ZVT. I'm very curious to see what he has in mind. We got the starport done. We're adding the control tower. And what will we see? Probably a Wraith, since this just looks like typical 1-1-1. We're going to get... Does he have mines? Or are we getting speed first? Oh, there's already a Wraith out. I'm just a touch behind. Alright, so we're getting a Hydralisk then to deal with these Wraiths, and we're just going to actually wall off... I guess that's a 1-hex opening, most likely. And this Overlord will for sure fall. Hydrogen's a long ways from being done. This is rough for Buckaroo. This has already done a lot of damage. I think he might have just lost too much from those early drones, and then he had to invest in that sunken colony for the vultures, and so far this is going very, very well for Wolfix. I mean, that's 2 Overlords. It looks like there's got to be at least 3 that he's going to be able to get. He'll be able to get at least 1, if not 2 more of these hatching Overlords, and I don't even know if this one sunken colony here can stop these vultures, if this is indeed not tight. Although this might actually be vulture tight. Wraith just pew-pewing away. Alright, actually these spores might save it, but that's 2 drones, 1 drone, 2 Overlords, about to be 3 Overlords. That is so much for that singular Wraith. And I mean, just look at the supplies already. Wolfix just kind of doubling the supply. And there's a 3rd Overlord. Gonna get 2 drones, 3 Overlords. Vultures, can they go? Oh, they can go in here. And that's pretty much gonna be all she wrote for this game. Actually, that's a sunken colony, but still, the number of drones lost here from these vultures is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Even with a few Hydra out, how much does it matter? Buckaroo losing a good 60% of the drones in his main. He's lost 3 Overlords. He's down to just 19 supply. All he's really got right now is 2 Hydras there, 2 Hydras running around the base. He can even go back here behind these minerals, which might get another drone. Alright, that's not the best fight from Wolfix, but he's got this vulture here distracting, so nothing wrong with that. It's already got 1 kill, 2 kills, and will it get a 3rd? Quite possibly. If Baku doesn't run the drones, that's going to be 3. So that's like 10 drone kills now. We're going to get a 4th Overlord up here. I mean, this one usually dies, but still, that Wraith is up to 2 drones, 4 Overlords. Wolfix is just expanding. He knows Baku has absolutely nothing. We've got 8 drones. I mean, we've got about 12 total drones. Unfortunately, a rough opening game to Buckaroo's BSL quest here. Hopefully, he'll make some adjustments and come back strong for his match in the loser's bracket. Alright, a few Hydra running in here. I guess they're just kind of seeing what's up. One of them's going to die to the tank, I think. It's so slow, I don't think it can run away. And so sending these 2 Hydra back. And I don't even know where you go from here. I mean, what do you do? You know, really, I guess you just drone up and, like, play your normal build and hope that somehow you can have a miracle hold that Terran does something, like, really dumb. But, you know, Wolfix basically has to just not, like, A-move his army onto all of Baku's stuff when he attacks, and he should win. So we're adding a few more factories. We're getting the army. Let's see if we're going to indeed go Goliath out of this. Okay, so he definitely went for speed first. I guess we knew that already, though, because if he wouldn't have, he would have gotten mines. We actually got a drop ship setting off vultures. Baku actually is wise to this, though. So that is good, but should pick up 2 or 3 drones here, I guess. Well, maybe not. Vulture's having a little bit of trouble coordinating their targeting here as he tries to patrol outside of the sunken range. There's 2 drones, so I was going to say, they should get at least 2. And if they get 3, 4, 5, that's just getting brutal again. And we're going to swing back over here to the natural. There's a sunken here. Does he snipe this drone? No, he's just going to... but he leaves this one in range. So the sunken will finish that. Does he get a 3rd? Nope, cannot target that one down. Baku forced to run all these drones, though. Actually, he might get it. Drone disappearing into the extractor, actually saving its life right now. And what do we have coming down here? Another Wraith coming back to harass. Sees an option, but with these 2 Hydra here in this space, that's going to have to be taking a break, and indeed we are going into that Goliath production. And no +1 being upgraded at the moment, getting a few defensive mines. And Baku's just busy making these slow drill that he's got right now. He is going to go ahead and add a spire, but we can see the gas count for Baku is more or less non-existent. I mean, being able to make a Mutalisk or 2, what do you do with 2 mutas? I mean, you know, it would take 10 seconds this round to just kill even the SCVs, to be perfectly fair. Wolfix just checking a few other bases, making sure nothing else is going on, that he's not going to somehow be completely screwed here. A few Scourge popping as well to go with that. I guess there is that Wraith out with the control tower and the armory. There's an option to go Valkyries if he wanted to, but he's already making the Goliath, so, you know. So I think he's just going to build up that count. We'll see if he grabs a tank or if he just goes pure Goliath. He's getting his air upgrade. He's still alive, but that's because Terran can't just go kill him yet, you know, when you do this build. There's a window where Terran doesn't have anything. Like, you're ridiculously behind his Zerg, but you're still dead. Baku flying 1 Muta in, just getting a check at what he's up against. Is he even going to get away? Yeah, I guess he can probably get away from there. Any upgrades? Okay, we are going to get Hydras, obviously. I guess it's against mech, so... And we've already committed a Muta, so that usually means Hydra Muta. You're usually not going to go Muta Lurk against mech. Getting that +1 air weapons. When were these games played? A few days ago, I guess. BSL does cast from replays, except for, I think, some parts of Pro League. Like, I'm sure the finals and stuff like that, if I recall, are done live. Baku's going to try to take a 3rd base. But he's got to try something. He's actually getting a lot of hatches now. But basically, the way Baku's chosen to play this is he took a boatload of damage, as we saw, and he's basically like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and drone up and get a normal economy and do my normal build, but it's going to be like a minute behind where it would normally be, and hope that by some miracle, Terran really fucks up and I can hold on. Because now Baku's getting to the point economically where if Terran just utterly botched an engagement or botched his handling of the situation, then Baku could, like, be back in the game, but it would take a pretty big mistake from Terran to do that. I mean, like I said, I don't even know how. I guess he could really poorly handle the mutas, but since he has turrets up, even that, he will get a tank. Oh, there's actually a Valkyrie. That's really going to shut down any possible chance of a mistake. Baku's going to go for it, though. Actually, no, he's taking a lot of damage from that. Look how soft these muta have already been softened up to. I don't know, that's horrible English, but look how soft these softened up muta have been softened to. But yeah, with a Valkyr too, that's going to completely deter the muta. So really bad situation. I just can't imagine Baku ever holding this base. I mean, yeah, if Baku like crushed this army because he has fully droned up, he would be in a pretty solid spot. But the odds of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Hopefully Baku is like sending someone over right now to have some technical issues occur at the Wolfix residence. Getting a few more mines. Oh, he's even got mines to add to this. That's going to be so frustrating when this push comes down, because, I mean, the Hydra are going to have to shoot at the mines to clear them. No, it's just a good composition from Wolfix, playing this just fine. Trying to intercept these drones. Baku actually very nicely in position with these Hydra, and looks like he won't lose a one drone. Okay. Pretty decent, though, from a scary 4 Vulture raid. Just a few mines over here. We got mines at most bases, not quite everyone, but at most. Baku's swinging back around here with the Mutalisks. I'm going to try to pick off a couple SCVs. And there's only 2 turrets here, which is not that much deterrence, but the Muta count is only at 6. So, you know, you can't do that much against the SCVs. Alright, running over the army, getting chased away. In fact, I don't even know if he can one-shot. I don't think he can. I think you need 7 to one-shot SCVs. So he can't even one-shot SCVs, so that's pretty useless for harass. Hey, Cat's Paw! Long time friend and coach. Since, what, 5-6 years ago? Alright, what do we got here? Oh, he's actually just going to go expand. Alright, going to start getting his 3rd base up, just sieging his tanks. I guess Wolfix just wants to go to max and just say, hey, you're behind. You're not going to be able to do anything against a max army. So this is going to allow Baku to be alive in this game a lot longer than I thought he might. And I guess we had a clue that he was going to do this, because for a long time he was only on 3 factories. If he was really intending to Goliath push, Goliath build or whatever, you know, we'd see like 6 factories. But, you know, Baku is starting to pump out some Hydras. Actually have a decent number of them. We're getting 3 or 4 groups around the map. This Goliath is going to get a nice Overlord assassination. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Did it not link on TL? Okay, I'll do it after the game. I thought for sure I did that. I don't know what happened. I did pings in most of the Discords, though. I think most people know there. Alright, so this base, what do we got here? Solid 9 drones. So yeah, we just got solid 3 base economy, but Baku's really gonna need more than that because he's... Terran's got a 3rd now. Admittedly not a 3rd gas, but yeah, we're gonna see a few more vultures into the composition with those extra minerals. We've got the upgrade is at +2, getting fairly close. Do we have a 2nd armory? I don't. Yes, we do. So we're about to have 2-1, and the vulture's coming in here for a raid. 1 drone, 2 drone, 2 drone, 3 drones. So again, just slowing down Baku a bit. There's no Sunkens here. He's been leaving his Hydra here. He really doesn't want to invest in no Sunkens. So Baku's going to go for an attack here. It looks like needs to pretty much crush this. And given that the composition is like pure Hydra, not seeing it happen. Pretty small space tanks, a lot of mines in front. Just maybe he's not going to go for an attack, but it sure looks like he's posturing. But look at this. I mean, everything is heading up. But these vultures are going to get another 3 or 4 drones. Baku's going to try to take a 4th, but guess what's coming up in here? Actually, I thought the vultures were going to stop it, but they're not. But they are going to kill all these drones at this base. Muta are here to defend. Will not be enough, so Baku now only mining 2 bases. These guys are almost too far in front to where the tanks are going to, like, accidentally shoot at them. The tanks are not going to accidentally shoot. They're going to accidentally be in range of the tanks and, like, run forward if they're not in hold position. So Baku's sending everything forward. He's going to go for a coup de grace attack here and just try to take Wolfix's 3rd out. Obviously, if he could take out this base, it would be an okay position, but after losing all those drones, I can't even say it would be a good one, but it looks like it would be a modern miracle for this to work. And what's interesting is he's moving in here potentially without the Muta. I mean, he's got to have the Muta involved in this attack if he's going to go for it, and it sure looks like he's going to go for it. It's pretty crazy to just leave everything out here, especially with all the vultures that are around the map. Nothing but Hydras being made right now. He's not remaking the drone, so this is definitely a commitment to this attack. In come the Muta. They're going to soak the Goliath damage. I think Baku knows this is very unlikely to work, but here we go, charging in here. Look at all these siege tanks. This is a lot of Hydra, though. Let's see if somehow Baku has enough. The one thing he does have is an exposed side of the CC without many tanks, and that is going to force an unsiege from Wolfix, which will buy time for the Hydras to fight these Goliath, but they are just all choked up here, and now these tanks sieging, and pretty much the expected outcome here. Baku is going to swing around, going to get a touch of damage done to this 3rd, but actually these tanks are not fighting, so he's actually trading a little bit better than expected. And if Baku had a massive economy behind this, you know, a good 4 or 5 bases where he should have been, I'd say this is okay. But since he's not mining at either of these bases or mining with 2 drones, it's just not going to be enough. I mean, that was a pretty efficient attack, all things considered, for Bakaru. And honestly, again, if he would have been 30 supply higher and with an economy like he would have been if the opening wouldn't have been so rough, that would have been a pretty bad situation for Wolfix, because he was not well positioned, and the way Baku moved over to the side here was really nice. I mean, it was well played, all things considered, from Baku, and did more damage than I certainly expected it was going to at first glance. Those heartbreaking moments. Baku did make a few drones during that attack, so he did get a bit of an economy up, but he didn't really do anything to slow Wolfix down. And of course, he got rid of all of his Hydralisks, so pretty much just waiting on Wolfix to have 3... No, not waiting for him to have... He's not going to wait 3 minutes before he does anything. Vulture's coming in here, getting another 4 or 5 drones. It looks like maybe even 6. So Baku just not able to get that economy up and running. I mean, he's gradually getting a few bases, but it's not really enough to compete with a Terran on a full 3 bases. Clearing out some mines. TT1 letting us know how wonderfully balanced the Vulture is. And here comes a bunch more Vultures. They are arguably the most annoying unit to play against from Terran. Like, siege tanks are powerful, but vultures just... Nothing frustrates you more than vultures when you're playing against Terran. Especially a Terran that knows how to, like, move you around with his vultures the way he positions them, and then, like, find openings or really create openings. It's like, ah... Okay. Just gonna fly past those. Alright, so actually Wolfix is, like... It's really interesting to see Wolfix play this way. Because it's, like... I guess he's just getting more ahead, but... It's very campy, like, to just keep going on and grabbing a 4th base. I guess he wants, like, a 3rd gas and stuff off of this. But I feel like for as big of a lead as he had, he's just had lots of moments where he's been big enough to just go kill him. I mean, I think he's got to move out here soon. Baku's got to run away with... Or doesn't have to run away with these Muta, I guess? Alright, so Baku is finally droning up a 4th. So, yeah, the economy is gradually growing for Baku. But, like, honestly, I feel like taking all this time for Wolfix is giving Baku a chance to just, like, power drone and, you know, maybe take another sort of fortunate win-ish fight like the last one, you know, because, I mean, if Baku gets 4 bases going again, and he has another okay engagement like the last one, he'd be in the game up to a point. I mean, we do need to check upgrades. He's got 1-1 there on those Hydra when we are... double evoing or evoing range and carapace. So there's no hive. That's one of the downsides coming. This I guess this is right. I guess because they give you this, but it sure looks wrong. And so, all right, Wolfix has a very, very secure 4th base. That's like unbreakable without like drop or swarm or something. I don't think you could. I think you could have like 800 hydras and like not get up this thing. I guess you could like run up the ramp, but like, you know. Maybe if you, like, drag them all in, you could. But if he sits a few Goliaths on the ramp or something, that's, like, literally unbreakable. Some nice turrets up there to deter a little bit of late-game harass. And, hey, let's face it, it kind of makes sense that Baku's doing that harass because he's not really doing anything else on the map that's super APM intensive right now. He's just doing some macro, so, you know, harassing with Muta at 19 minutes, it makes sense, I guess. Chasing around that Vulture, and... Is Wolfix going to move out now? I mean, he has hit his 2-2, and he is at 190 supply, so more or less maxed. And he will have 3-2, so I guess he was just waiting for 3-2. Got that 4th base secured. He's actually taken all of his tanks, which is a bit ballsy. But then again, Baku's not at Hive. He doesn't have Hivelings. Sorry for the seizure, epileptic seizure tabbing there on accident. As Wolfix is going to come across the map here. And will Baku have any way to fight this? At 128 supply, the answer, of course, is no. I think this is 1, A2, A3, A4, A5A. At whatever is the target location, I genuinely don't think Wolfix has to siege. He probably will. I don't believe he has to here. There's, I think, fewer Hydra than in the first attack, because Baku is just trying to get an economy and just hope this somehow works. But here comes the Terran Death Ball. Let's see if I'm totally wrong about this, but I have a feeling this is just going to be a quick little cruise here, and we should see GG in about 30 seconds. Oh man, look at where these Hydra have to fight too. Like, doesn't get any worse than that. Like, Baku just knows he's dead. I don't think he would even fight like this if he thought he had a chance. Like, obviously he's too good of a player to, like, in a serious engagement, fight a bunch of siege tanks through there. So we're down to double supply, and these siege tanks and army just kind of continues the march. And Wolfix will be moving on to the winner's game. And we will be seeing Horror versus Yeti as our next game. Alright, even these vultures getting back here. Just genocide. Everything falling on down. Every single drone. Obviously, this is not observed in this fight. Has no units left to deal with this. I don't even know where those Muta went. Okay, they're trying to do a little bit of desperation harass, but even gets the repair on the turret. So this is going to go down as something of a flawless victory here for Wolfix. Who were waiting to move his army at some point. Meter gonna come back. This is getting pretty late on the GG timing. This is definitely a fight to your last breath. When Terran's still almost at 200. We're out of drones here, of course, so we're mining one mineral patch at this point. And there we go. GG. Wolfix will move on out of that game. This TVP was weird. Oh, I love you guys sometimes. Alright, is my stream really not associated? Oh, no, it's associated. Okay, I thought it wasn't, but we're good. We're good. Alright, so that'll take us into Horror versus Yeti. Yeah, that was approaching Kick's GG timing. Well, I will concur with that statement. All right, so in the left-hand side of the map, at about 10 o'clock, we have, as the green Protoss, Yeti. And in the bottom position at 6 o'clock, as the blue Protoss, we have Horrortoss, who I believe is a German Protoss. And Yeti, I'm pretty damn sure, is Eastern European. I can't remember which country, though. But I know he had some really fantastic records going on in STPL, and is in general a pretty strong player. I forget how I should be able to remember. He went quarterfinals or finals. He went really far too in the last season of BSL Pro League, or BSL GosuLeague. Sorry, check that. Almost qualified for Pro League, so I guess maybe he went out in the round of 8, but I don't know. He made a pretty deep run into the tournament, so given his results, I would say he is probably the favorite here. Horrortoss, not a weak Protoss by any means. Again, another A- guy from the iCup days. And in comes the probe. Maybe, is Yeti Ukrainian? I don't know, that doesn't feel right. I don't know. I feel like it's Polish. I feel like you might be I don't know. I should know this, but I've been away for like 3 months. Summer was like crazy busy. I've forgotten what I once knew. Alright, so we have gateways obviously from both players. We've got a gas here from Horrortoss and a gas from Yeti, so both are going to open up with tech-based PvP. Yeti just probe kissing a little bit here. And will we go Zealots in either gateway? We're both going to go core first? No, somebody got... Yeah, we are actually. Or are we? Yes. But Yeti's core a bit faster. And this probe's going to work. It's going to take down the assimilator. It believes in its own strength, dang it. Sabcores. Oh, we are going to start a Zealot, though, for Horrortoss, because his core's a little bit slower. We'll see. Alright, he's going to slow down his Dragoon just a little bit, though, so that's a slightly interesting decision to make this Zealot so delayed. So, I don't know. He's got a probe coming in now. Going to see that maybe he didn't make that because of his scouting pattern. Like, he was hoping to not make it, and then when he didn't find him, he's like, maybe I should. Although he really doesn't want to go up the ramp. That was quite a long delay. And we've got a Manor Pylon down here. We've got a single probe trap, but obnoxious. But the Zealot, or maybe that's why the Zealot was made, I don't know. Because that Pylon was there to get rid of it, rather than have to kill it with probes and wait for the Dragoon. Forces the cancel there right at the end. But generally worth it, the disruption of the mining, particularly if you trap a probe, and God forbid you trap 2 or 3 probes in a Manor Pylon. Alright, so we're going to get this probe chased off. A little bit of inattentivity on the probe for Horrortoss, but now we understand why that was. A little bit focused on the probe harass of Yeti and the Manor Pylon back at home. We've got a Goon out. Both players getting range. Queued up Dragoons. Waiting to see... Actually, wait. Yeah, we have a Dragoon out, but not another Dragoon here. So we're going Robo? It's quite a lot of minerals. It feels more Robo-y than Citadel. Second gateway and... Oh, 3 gateways. Okay. That also explains the money. And we're going to go Gate Robo for Yeti. So we'll just have to see what he makes. If he goes obs first off of one gate, could get a little dangerous. If he adds a second gate, or goes Reaver first, he'll be 100% fine. But if he's not careful with just one gate... Alright, second gate's coming. So now, with 2 gates reasonably fast, as long as Yeti is careful, he should be fine. He might have to go back up the ramp, though. Once he gets wind of this, he might not have the Dragoon count to fight on the low ground. But certainly will be able to hold this just fine up the ramp. And Robo coming up here. In comes the probe. Of course, it's not going to see anything of note just yet. It's going to be a little bit before that, but he's going to try to sniff out, is there an expansion? He's going to be like, oh, no, you're up your ramp. What are you up to, buddy? 4 Dragoons out here. Although, actually, looking at the Dragoon count, it's actually going to be quite a while before Horatoss has a Dragoon advantage. Yeti will probably just be safe on the low ground. He is going to go Shuttle first, but he's going to go Observers after that. So that's the slightly ballsier version. It gets obs a little bit slower than going straight Observers, but not that much slower. Although, enough slower that if you go DTs, that DT gets, you know, another 10 seconds to start knocking on your stuff at the ramp, desperately trying to prevent it from getting into your mineral line while you're just like, ah! Alright, so obviously Horatoss posturing like he wants to take a Nexus, but is he going to? He might not. Possibly trying to fake Yeti out a bit here. Of course, we have this Robo, although it looks like it's going to be for obs. And Yeti is moving out with these Dragoons. He's got his obs out now. Where's his... Okay, his Bay is there. Starting Reaver. Alright, he's looking for the probe. Is he going to find it? Okay, he's going to be in a surprising position. Assassinates the probe. Good movement there from Yeti. But what do we have coming across the map here? That is 7 Dragoons here. We have the obs. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so Dragoon advantage here for Yeti. There are 2 Zealots to tank, but I don't see this working at all for Horatoss, especially because this guy... Well, okay, if this happens, it might work. Yeti is anticipating a shuttle, maybe? I don't know. That was interesting army movement. Obs seeing each other. Again, Yeti should be fine, but he needs to get his Dragoons together. Okay, there we go. He's actually very scared of this right now. He's going to do this to block out the Zealots and make it a little bit easier to prevent them from tanking. But he's totally fine. He probably doesn't realize just how good of a position he's in. A little bit of micro back there. Pylon's absorbing a few shots from the back Dragoons. So just a little bit of extra safety from Yeti. Possibly a touch overkill, but he's even got the Reaver now, so, I mean... That's just fantastic for Yeti. Really, really easy hold. He's probably like, that felt off. Of course, he sees the Nexus going down, and now it's going to be an interesting situation because Horatoss is expanding. Yeti actually not expanding. I mean, he's going to put down a Nexus, but Horatoss is going to be slightly economically ahead, and now is going to be much better to the good on Dragoon count. Except for the fact there is that 3rd gateway, might equalize it, but the 2 Reavers are out, and there's no Reaver tech for Horatoss, so that's actually a huge issue. Yeah, and of course Yeti knows about it, and I don't really see how Horatoss is going to hold this. He's going to absolutely have to engage him on the open ground and really get some good surface area with Dragoons and or a shuttle snipe if Yeti just opts to go ahead and push here at 2 Reavers, which I think is highly likely, yeah. He's like, you got no Reavers. Took a good fight. Yeah, you might have 3 gateways, but I don't care. I mean, he's in his natural. I don't see Horatoss surviving this, barring Miss Micro from Yeti. Let's face it, it is fairly easy to just kind of casually derp a shuttle into your opponent. Unless, of course, you are Rain, in which case, then everything just flows flawlessly. Alright, here we go. In comes the shuttle. Alright, so he does have a pretty good arc of Dragoons, so that's nice. But what's the count? 4, 11 versus at least... Oh, whoa, that's some ugly glitching, though. I mean, really ugly Dragoon positioning here from Yeti. He needs to walk forward with these guys, but he is getting good shots off with the Reaver. This is a really nice arc from Horatoss, but I don't think all of his Dragoons are fighting. He's getting a few shots off, but he's not hitting that many, and the shuttle pickup, that should seal the fight for Yeti, even with this slightly ugly Dragoon positioning here. And as these Reavers move in, that is going to take down the natural, and with it, the game, Yeti is going to go out of this one. And so we are going to see Yeti facing off against our Terran player Wolfix in the next game. Absolutely no coming back from this, with both Reavers still alive with plenty of health. The shuttle here, the Nexus falls. We got 4 gateways reinforcing now. He's actually going to try to go up the ramp. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Tries to get the shuttle snipe, does not get it, and now he's up the ramp on top of the gateways. Should be seeing GG any moment. Reinforcing out of 4 gates. I mean, these Dragoons can't even pop. You can't even pull probes against this with a Reaver splash. And Yeti, of course, just camping the gateways. That's all that needs to be done. And yeah, interesting decision for Horror to just go stick on those 3 gates and not get any Reaver tech. It's pretty impossible to survive without having Reavers. And there we go. GG is called. And Yeti advances from that game. And yeah, I would agree, Abby. I feel like Yeti is the big favorite to cruise out of this group. So that's going to take us into our next game, which is going to be Yeti versus Wolfix. Back on Power Bond. So I guess Wolfix is just stuck playing on Power Bond. It's just the Wolfix lifestyle or something. Alright, so in the left-hand corner at about 10 o'clock, as the green Protoss, we have Yeti. And in the top right-hand corner, as the white Terran, we have Wolfix. In the winners group here of BSL GosuLeague round of 32, Group C. So we'll see if Wolfix can surprise us all and put a wrench in the, put a spanner in the plans here of Mr. Yeti, or if Yeti will just cruise out of this group. But we've seen Yeti take on strong players, other strong Terrans before, Medino and some other people that have made deep runs and dispatch of them quite comfortably. So Wolfix has his work cut out for him. And, I mean, it's hard to tell because it was a pretty static game, but I wasn't, like, amazed by anything Wolfix did last game. I mean, he played fine, but it wasn't, like, anything that was making me think, oh yeah, Wolfix is, like, really a threat to Yeti. And it helps that it's PvT for Yeti as a general rule of thumb. Protoss pretty comfortable there. Terran usually not quite as comfortable in that matchup. Of course, we got a gateway up. Probe goes out. Fairly early scout here right after this gateway. And where is this probe going to go? Down? Looks like it's headed south. Alright, so probe headed down south, so it'll be a while before he gets over to the base of Wolfix. And grabbing that gas. And usual stuff from Wolfix as well. Alright, so we got our refinery up and dropping double SUVs, so we got 3 on gas. Again, that would be weird if we didn't put 3 on gas, at least until we have 100 gas. But then again, we had somebody in Group A who left a drone, or I think it was a drone, like right up here at the top of a map, hidden by an extractor, and like couldn't get it to, didn't notice it for a while. In fact, I don't think he ever found it. It was just up there chilling, and eventually added one on, but he was like way low on gas. But no such mistakes here for Yeti, and now we've got 2 off gas, yeah, just 1 on gas, so FD-ish type opening. And here comes the scout from Mr. Wolfix. And the probe waltzing in. The Marine will not be able to stop it, so Yeti will get to at least... Actually, no, Yeti's just going to run away. Or is he going to try to sneak by? He got scared of it. It tries to get a look up there. Does not see anything, so nice control, nice denial of the scouting. But Yeti has a Zlot in mind here to try to get up that ramp and see what's going on. And then with the probe to assist, so that actually explains the conservatism of Yeti in terms of... Oh, wow. Wolfix, though, is like, nope, not today, motherfucker. You do not get to get in here with your Zealot. He's going to even have 2 SCVs on the ramp. So probably Yeti won't force the issue. It'll be interesting to see, but with 3 Zealots, yeah, he's probably going to be like, I got you to pull 2 SCVs. I'm good. That's enough. SCV trying to do a little core damage here. Going to get chased back. Pylon's there to block. Is it going to be enough? It looks like Yeti can just snipe it down. Will he pull the probes to try to get it? No. But he's 2 hits away. 3, yeah, 1 hit away. Ah! Okay, I think he's got it. Oh, there we go. Alright, so we're going to snipe that off. In the meantime, we have the tank coming out here from the machine shop. Actually, the tank comes out of the factory. But, yeah. What are we going to get? Mines? Is it going to be FD? Second gate here from Yeti. So, a bit on the aggressive side. Because we don't have an expansion yet. And, actually, we're going to see the bunker again. So, is it going to be siege? Right now, it's nothing. I guess it's just expand with the bunker. We've seen this a few times, so starting to think this is a new motif that is a little bit common. Go ahead and get that bunker and then throw down the command center on the low ground a little bit faster than you otherwise would because there's no upgrade. So are we going to go CC? I mean, Wolfix is really low on minerals, so I don't know. I am really curious now. No, it's mines, but we have the bunker. But the mines are started very late, using the tank to chase away the Zealot a little bit. Alright, I will admit I do not understand this build for sure. It feels like strong FD, but like with a bunker. I guess if he's going to strong FD, this mine timing is totally fine. I just don't understand the bunker. Like, I don't know why you need it, unless you're just trying to fake expansion. But Yeti has gone 2 gateways, so let's keep in mind that that'll help a lot. Holding strong FD with any 1 gate opening is pretty difficult, but with 2 gates you should have the Dragoon count that if the micro is crisp, you can hold this off. And with 5 Dragoons and a Zealot, I feel pretty good for Yeti because micro is decent, especially sniping 2 early Marines. Alright, he's on top of one of the tanks. This should be just fine for Yeti. Really nice control there. Yeah, he could have gone all the way. Thank God for those mines. So Yeti easily handling that with his 2 gates as he goes up to 3. Wolfix didn't quite have the grouping he wanted there, which is really hard to do. But the second some of these Marines get out in front like that, they can get picked off very easily. You got to keep them in like close to the tanks, but not so close that Protoss just walks on top of your tanks and is like, hi, your tanks are dead. Now you just got Marines hot. In the meantime, the command center said this is super, super slow. So, you know, the one saving grace is Yeti did not take the fastest expansion, but pretty big expansion advantage here for Protoss. We're going into siege. Does have the mines on the map. No other buildings at the moment. Yeti adding a robo. It was like 4 gates. No ops. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of is the bunker was like trying to fake expand. And I guess it works in that sense because the 100 for the bunkers would delay your mines, but you don't need the mines as fast because you're going 1 tank later. Oh, and we're going to go right into a 3rd base here from Yeti. Feeling confident about his position in the game. Well, he's already gone up to 3 gates, so that's not like that insane. And I don't blame him because he killed the tank. He held the FD easily. So, you know, he's not really scared of anything at this point. And if he knew Yeti was on 1 factory, he really wouldn't be scared of anything. We've got a starport that was started up here. So probably dropships. Might be making a Wraith in case of anticipation of like a Reaver follow-up. Because, again, Wolfix also has no idea what on earth Yeti is doing. Neither player has any idea. Yeti will be knowing here fairly soon. Getting a bit of a pylon wall here. So this will be our Guardian entrance. And we got a 2nd factory. Let's see what comes out of this starport. Okay, so straight into a drop. So this is obviously the game plan to get back into it, but Yeti has 2 Dragoons already positioned in the main base to start hitting any of those vultures that come in to harass. And he's got his 3rd base up. He's got 2 goon coverage here. If there were a few more factories right now, a bunch of vultures would be kind of scary for Yeti, especially at this really open 3rd base. But only 1 fact, so, you know. Speed is presumably done. I feel like a slow drop of volts would not be all that intimidating. So the obs coming across here for Yeti. And will he see the dropship? Oh, he might. It's not. It needs one more. Oh, man. Let's see if Yeti sees this. I don't think he is. It's just going to get out. Yeti coming in. But he's going to see the starport, most likely. Yeah, okay. So he sees the starport. He at least is going to know that. And that, honestly, for the moment, should be enough. Let's see if he changes what's in his main. As a result, these Dragoons are pretty far out of position for where this drop is going to come. Yeti... Does Yeti have vision of this? Yeah, he actually has really nice placement there. So he knows. He'll be able to see it unloading if he's paying attention. Obviously, we saw his Citadel on the way. Oh, no! Oh, never mind. I thought he just pulled his 2 Dragoons from the main. No, but he's added 2. With 4 Dragoons there, should be relatively okay. There's not an obs in position, but there are a lot of Dragoons. Pretty decent SimCity. The Vultures can't just run in there. So the building placement, again, just solid play from Yeti. And that drop does not that much. A tiny bit of Dragoon health and shields, but really doesn't get any value out of that. Bunch of tanks sieging up here, using a command center here in the choke as a wall. That's actually a very, very snipeable CC. If Dragoons were to just walk across the map right now, could 1000% snipe that. These tanks would, I don't even know if they'd be hitting the Dragoons in range, and certainly all of them would not be shooting. So a bit of a ballsy CC positioning. We've got Zealots. Are we going to make a shuttle? No, but we are going to get Stargate. We got legs. And unsurprisingly, due to the late CC, Yeti at a pretty decent supply advantage here. Going up to 4 facts, we saw the command center. We've got our +1 almost done. Starting that second armory. So everything looking pretty good here for Wolfix. Just a minute and a half slower than he would prefer it to be. Yeti starting his +1 now. Ooh, carrier build from Yeti. But only 1 Stargate right now, so that's interesting. Getting a single cannon, I guess that makes sense, given the presence of the dropship. I was going to say, it'd be a little bit fast for cannons in most circumstances, but in this case, little different situation. I'm just keeping an eye on what's going on here. Is he going to try to hide starports? What's the game plan? We got a Vulture over here, just doing a little bit of base checking. There we go. So 2 Stargate carriers. Kind of a mixed army here for Yeti. And actually, I do remember this Yeti has used carriers. In fact, that's how he beat Medino in like the round of 8 of last season's edition of BSL GosuLeague, is with some pretty nice carrier play. So yeah, well, let's see. Do we have any sign of Goliath production yet? Negative. So no idea at the moment here for Wolfix of what Yeti is up to. Now, it's not at all really hidden, so as long as he's scanning consistently, he should find it. Yeti's going to walk over here. And again, Wolfix is having this slightly out of position problem. Now, I don't know if Yeti's going to run in here, but he might with all the Zealots he has. So if he even gets rid of these front tanks, he's going to walk in here and at least force some resieging, although Yeti getting hella aggressive here. But very bunched in this choke. Does he just have enough to muscle through right now? No, but he could back up at least and shoot the command center, and he will do exactly that. Barracks will fall, so that's going to cap that number. And here we go, forcing some mad repair on the CC. And Wolfix reacting just a little bit slower than would be ideal here. Buying some time. This is actually potentially enough to target down the CC. Are there enough for repair? Okay, Yeti's not going to risk it. He figures, yeah, that's like 5 or 6 SCVs, and Terran repair is pretty good. But Yeti gets decent mileage out of that attack. He got four tanks or so. Yeah, he gave away a group of Zealots and a few Dragoons, but, you know, pretty much reduced the mining to absolutely nothing. And, of course, continuing to buy time for these carriers. And obviously not a huge gateway army being produced, because you got to leave some for carriers. And it's not like he's got 8 bases and that infinite Protoss eco at this point. So we're stuck at 5 factories. How quickly do we rebuild the barracks? Ooh. Please tell me. That's a bit concerning. So he's only got... Okay, never mind. That's not concerning. I was like, if he hasn't even started a barracks yet, he's going to need that really badly, because 5 factories is not a place you want to stay on for that long. 2 cannons going up. No. Okay, these cannons will be far enough along that 2 vultures will not be able to shut them down. 3 more gates being added. First round of carriers are about to be out here for Yeti. And we are going to get a Temple Archive. So this is going to be a very mixed composition he's going to play. That kind of army. And it's difficult for Terran to deal with. Now, Vulture should be able to get 5, 6, 7 probes here. Thankfully, it's not a 12 Vulture raid. Unless you have, you know, 4, maybe 5 cannons. 12 Vultures, like, they don't give anything. Any shits about 2 cannons. You can easily just go in there and click all the probes if you have a full control group. But with just 5, not quite the same. But Yeti will be clearing that out. And Yeti, of course, has kept the map pretty free of mines. But then again, Wolfix does not seem to be one of the super fast mechanical players. So not insane mine coverage. A little bit easier for Yeti to keep up with. Alright, so now Wolfix getting up that factory count. 8 solid factories now. He's got his full production kicking in. We're getting that 3-2 on the way here for Wolfix. And Yeti needs to re-rally these gates. Where did the first 2 carriers go? Are they with his army? Alright, now that's a slightly scarier Vulture raid. That... Oh, with the tank combo. Alright, this is nice. This is nice. It's going to be very annoying. Is Yeti gonna... Yeti's going to go shut down this base? Does he know about it? If he doesn't, he does now. So that's going to get shut down. But yeah, cannons are going down. This is going to kill a lot of probes here. And oh, he can actually come into this base and kill a lot of probes if he's paying attention. But Yeti's army is probably going to be scary. So this is a nice move here from Wolfix. The 2 carriers are going to be shown now to deal with these tanks. Going to get rid of the dropship and then pick off the tanks. But the Nexus is down. And to be honest, if Wolfix would have seen this, he could have gotten 6 or 7 probes there. I guess he still might. But now Yeti's army is scrambling back into position. Although, unfortunately, he's targeting the cannon. Not ideal. Yeti quickly pulling the probes here. And with the whole army, we'll be able to clean all of this out. Mines being laid here. Clearing out a few zealots. Okay, Yeti pulls those back. I was going to say, getting a little bit rushed there. Cleaning that up. So, Wolfix gets a lot of mileage out of that. Nice use of that dropship. And that's pretty annoying for Yeti, because that's going to put him on to 1 base. You know, I wouldn't say Wolfix is feeling confident yet, especially because he only recently found the carriers. Although he's got a pretty nice army composition. I can't really complain about this. There's enough Goliaths to deal with the carriers as long as they don't get sniped down, especially since there's only 2, although there should be 4 out now. Yeah, he's trying to get them all together. We got a few more, but they're not anywhere near being done. And Wolfix now coming across the map, gonna get down that OBS. And we'll just have to see here how Yeti plays this. Gonna try to get the Goliaths to mostly shoot at the ground army here, but does not want to come in here through a choke while Terran is sieged up. Needs to pick a different place for a fight, but he is doing a good job picking off tanks. Goliath's going very aggressively forward. And Wolfix just chilling here in the middle of the map right now. And is Yeti just going to swing around here and again go for this location now that he knows where Wolfix wants to expand? Expansion going back up for Yeti, but notice the money of Yeti is super low, and Wolfix is actually sneaking ahead in supply now. A testament to all those probe kills from that Vulture attack, as well as the loss of the Nexus and a little bit of rushed army control here from Yeti. He's going to be able to shut down this base, though. So both players are getting denied from having 4th bases, and Wolfix is doing some very aggressive expanding. And now, how does Wolfix respond? Is he going to come deal with the backstab? Probably. Or will he up and go for it across the map, knowing he can kill everything Yeti has? Most likely he comes back home, given that Yeti is already here, but nope. He is going to go ahead and go across the map. So now the question is, how does Yeti play? Does he scramble back, or does he just go for the base race and basically try to get on top of Terran's factories and hope he has enough? We'll see, but this is not good. A lot of Zealots dying to mines, but he is getting in here with Terran pretty out of position. But now the tanks are all getting sieged up, and remember, the carriers are not with this army, so we're down to just Dragoons, but Yeti's supply is getting perilously low, and Wolfix, honestly, seems to be getting the better of him. He's not even supply blocked from that attack of Yeti, although the tanks are coming in unsieged, does not want to do that, but Yeti commits, and he needs to back off because that's too many tanks to deal with. And Yeti's army over here, certainly not enough. What does he have at his natural? Not all that much, although Wolfix's army is also pretty reduced, but Yeti is not mining from this base right now. His economy is just not strong. He's not really rebuilt those probes, to be honest. His economy is just kind of weak right now. This Nexus has been back up for a while. Yeti's gotten very distracted with that, and look how low the money is. We can see he's just not able to replenish super fast. Is that a probe transfer? He really needs a probe transfer. I mean, this is even starting to mine out. We got a lot of probes in here. Actually, look at that. That's a really thin economy. It's just not a big economy at all. Whereas Wolfix looks quite a bit more robust. He's kind of gotten this base up, which might be hidden to Yeti. You know, he was over here. And I think if he would have known about this, he would have split off at least a Zealot or two to stop it from going up. So just not expecting Wolfix to be expanding like this. And I would say this situation is starting to look pretty scary for Yeti. His army doesn't necessarily look like it can beat Wolfix's, and Wolfix has a solid 4th base going. Yeti finally getting some probes down there, but he's pretty low on probes. Oh man, that is a beautiful siege from Wolfix. Just a perfect straight line of absolute death. Be absolutely suicidal for Yeti to try to run in there with his ground army. Got to use the carriers, try to pick up this Goliath. The carrier count is growing. Perhaps that's a saving grace now for Yeti. 8 carriers can do a lot of work, but Wolfix is playing this quite nicely. He is handling this well, as this is not easy for Terran to handle. You have to keep the Goliaths close. You have to constantly be paying attention and adjusting your composition as necessary. And Wolfix just expanding like crazy, basically saying, hey, you've got carriers. They can only be in one place. They're pretty slow and clunky. If I expand in 2 locations at once, you can't possibly harass and deal with both of them. So now Yeti's going to swing over here to the 3rd base, totally undefended. Wolfix left scrambling a little bit, but he's getting a few tanks to siege up here. And this looks like it'll do some damage for Yeti. Oh my god, these tanks are like juicy for these carriers to get on top of, although the ground is kind of trapped in here. I think Yeti just has to fight, and Wolfix has trapped him in, forcing a questionable engagement here from Yeti, and Wolfix is going to get the better of this by far. That going fantastic for Wolfix. The only thing that's not good, or that's good for Yeti now, is he at least has all his carriers alive. And if he could whittle down these Goliaths and get rid of all of them before reinforcements arrive and pick off the tanks, that would swing that fight into his favor, but I don't think that's going to happen. So Yeti losing a ton of ground there in that fight. And let's remember, Wolfix has this base up and this base up. The economy for Wolfix now is getting absolutely out of control. Okay, it looks like this base here at the top is going to fall. Can Yeti get back to position in time? I don't think so. He's picking off SCVs here. Should target down the command center momentarily, so he's going to shut down that base, and he's also swinging units down to both of the bottom bases, and Wolfix is really out of position. Remember, there are not vultures in this army, so it takes a while to get down here. He seems to be wise to this. We have Zealots running in, definitely going to lose a few SCVs in this attack. Carriers are going to swing around, and suddenly Yeti making some really nice plays here. He actually killed... Did he kill that CC? Did it burn down? I don't even know, but Wolfix, I guess, suddenly gets pulled apart, and it was looking so grim for Yeti, but suddenly Yeti found openings in Wolfix being maybe in a few too many locations at once, not leaving any defense behind at those bases. So Yeti went from looking great to looking a little dicey to, nope, I'm just going to win, because, yeah, that's what's happening. Hello, Bakaru. Man, that game, I feel like that just swung all around. Wolfix was playing really well there for a while, handling those carriers beautifully. But then Yeti just found that gap, that undefended base, and all of Wolfix's stuff was over there, and the split of units to the bottom. Really good moves from Yeti, but I can't help but think if Wolfix had left a few units behind, it would have gone totally different from him. He was in a position where he absolutely could have taken that game. But Yeti shows in the end why he went so deep in BSL before. So, now we have our loser's bracket match in the top left-hand position. As the teal Protoss, we have Horatoss. And in the, what am I doing? In the bottom position as the green Zerg, we have BSL's Bakaru. Can I get a good color switch? Negative. Since these colors are a bit similar. Hey, welcome, Baku. Alright, so Baku with a bit of a unfortunate opening in the first game here. See if he can correct that up, have a bit of a stronger game here against Horatoss. And of course, it's ZVP. Generally, Zerg's a little bit more confident in this particular matchup. So, looking like a Forge expand. Or we're just going to proxy some gates and say YOLO, but doubt that. Now, Baku I know is German. I think Horatoss is German, so we might have an all-German match, which means these players actually, if so, they're almost certainly very comfortable playing with each other and have been competing together for quite some time. Of course, the map here is Gladiator. Defining features, you got all of these high low ground ridges that go along for each expansion. So the expansions here are kind of on the low ground, so it makes attacking the expansions actually rather easy, a little bit harder to hold them. You have to kind of pick your ridges and defend well. And hey, thanks for the follows, guys. I appreciate it a ton. Alright, out comes a drone here off of the 9 pool, or over pool opening, sorry, for Baku. Gonna see the forge, so we'll have to get a cannon. That's where we... Gateway? 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 Usually it's gateway. Okay. Is it? Does that fit? Okay. Does it go there? Or does it go there? I don't feel like it goes there. I feel like that would have a gap because you have to be above the forge. Okay. Okay. It just visually doesn't look like it. I'm pretty sure Hortos is going to know what he's doing here. I guess the gateway goes here. Is he going to make a second? What is he doing? Gateway here? Alright, I just want to see how this works. Well, first we got a Nexus. That's a good point, but... I want to see how this works. We got 2 Lings out from Baku. Oh, interception on the probe. Oh, probe just barely gets by him. I think if Baku would have noticed that a half second earlier, he actually could have trapped that probe and not let it in, which would have been really cool. All right, now show me what is this wall? How does this work? Does it go here? Okay, it just fits there. All right. It didn't look like it could fit in that gap, but it does. So we have... That's a pretty large gap, though. And it's a doubly scary gap to me doing this wall because it's a straight Ling run path here. Like, it's not even like you have to go around the cannons. Like, if the gate was here, that doesn't actually work. But if it was, then the Lings would have to take this roundabout path. So it's a really scary opening to have in your wall if a lot of Lings are made. Third base going up for Baku. Is this another main? Yeah. No, it's like a third base. But closer than... Whatever. It's not a super close base, but Baku wants access to that third gas. Overlord now arriving here for Baku. The gas on the way. Should have a core up here. Maybe he tightens it with a core. Although that can be easily sniped. Now we got the core there. Yeah, so everything proceeding pretty normally. Pretty typical PvZ to this point. I feel like you could do, unless it just isn't tight, I would feel like you'd want to go Forge Gate, and that would be better. And the layer about to finish up here for Bakaru. And then we should see a Spire. And pretty typical core timing here for Hortos. See that Stargate somewhere around the 430 mark. He is getting +1 already for his Zealots. Will he actually not get a Stargate? That's an interesting question, because he does have a pretty fast +1. I don't think he's getting Stargate. It would be very inattentive if he intended to go Stargate. So it looks like it's going to be probably 4-gate speed lot since we're getting +1 already, or some weird Dragoon build or something like that. I can't imagine what else you'd do. So you can take the fact that he still has no gas here is also pretty indicative of that. No, he makes the Stargate, just very delayed. Okay, so about 20 seconds between the core and the Stargate finishing. Okay, he's going to go ahead and grab that gas right after the Stargate. So that is interesting build choice there. Obviously, Scourge will be out in time. We have speed done for the Lings here, so this probe can be dealt with. And there we go. Down goes that probe. 4th hatchery for Baku. About halfway to +1. Now, are we going to see an air upgrade? Probably not. Might just be 1 Corsair for scouting, or the intermediate 2 or 3. I don't see a full fleet of Corsairs here from Hortos. 3 slow lots coming across the map. Did Baku not see that? I guess not, so that could be very annoying. Since these Lings will be out of position, he doesn't even have enough to deal with this. Let's see. What's in production? Did Baku see that? He did not see that. Oof. Ugh. This is going to be annoying. Oh, he could even lose the Hydra Den. That would be really annoying. Getting that kind of delay. They're weakening it. The Lings are desperately coming back. I don't actually know if he'll get the Hydra Den. He might if he wants it. Oh, beautiful anticipation here from Horitas. So this was unfortunate. Baku was so close to seeing that, but I think he's just got to say he's got to sack it, cancel it. Does at least cancel that. We've got to wait for more lings. The Zealots now moving back into a really... Oh, but one of them gets trapped. So this might be the saving grace that Baku needs to deal with this. Okay, but the Zealots are still in a really obnoxious position, and I don't even know if Baku can go. I don't think you can, but he's getting a little bit of an arc here. Alright, so what do we think about that? In the end, Baku loses only 6 lings to 3 Zealots. That part of the trade is fine, but the delay of the Hydra Den, certainly nice. Oh, man. Baku wanted to get that. Luckily for him, luckily for Horitas, that is, Baku was a little bit distracted getting attacked by 3 Zealots and lures one of the Scourge in there. Oh, be careful. Don't want to take even that Scourge hit, though, because that'll soften the shields. And actually, we're going to see at least a few Corsairs out of Horitas here. And Baku is going into the Hydras, obviously, because we see the Hydra missile attack being upgraded. And Overlord speed, as is necessary for that. And we got the Archives coming down here. We got the next Corsair coming out. And the Hydra is going to move up here, and we're just going to see a bunch of Hydra coming out here from Baku. And then we'll see some aggression when Protoss goes for his 3rd base. Now, what do we got? 2 more gateways, so we're going up to 4 gates here. Okay, we do have an Archives. I was like, please tell me there's an Archives, right? Zealot speed coming done here pretty soon. A +2 attack. Might see a 2-1 timing here. Oh, whoa! Whoa! Horitas is like, okay, we're just going to go take a Nexus on the other side of the map. He actually has opted to make more Corsairs than I expected, although stopping at 4 would be a very interesting number of Corsairs to stop at. 4, not enough to one-shot Scourge, but quite an investment. That would be very interesting if he stopped there. Did not go for the +1, although I don't think Baku got Air Carapace. So this is hella ninja. Will this Ling... No, it's not patrolling in that manner. Grabbing a few High Templar coming out now. Storm on the way. Okay, he's going to stop at 4 Corsairs. Interesting choice. Horitas wants to rename himself Ninja Toss, I guess. Baku getting that 6th hatch now. Missile attack and missile range, Hydra range coming up. Now, this investment in the 3rd base, though, makes Horitas quite a bit more vulnerable. With only 1 cannon, I'm a little worried for Horitas. I think he might just die here. If he doesn't, like, if Baku controls this well, there's a real opportunity here to kill Protoss. I mean, he invested in Corsairs. Baku's playing 6-hatch Hydra, and he's trying to ninja a base with 1 cannon. I mean, these storms... Oh, it's not even done. Jesus, he is so dead. Like, unless Baku just goes AFK when these first storms come in, he is just absolutely 1,000% dead here. Horitas has misjudged this, although the storms are pretty great. I don't think it matters, though. Just a complete misjudge from Horitas. Got way too greedy there. I don't know how he misread Baku with 4 Corsairs. That shouldn't really have happened, but this one should go easily to Baku at this point. Just going to stream Hydras in. Maybe he could kill the Overlords and allow for some DTs, but everything getting grouped together now, so these Corsairs are going to fall. And again, the front gate is down. These cannons are there, but, you know, that's a useless position. What is that going to do? Absolutely nothing. And we should see GG, and Baku will punch his ticket to rematch Wolfix and see if he can have a better start and see how Baku can play against Wolfix from an even position. Just going to snipe off that Templar. Desperately trying to get... Actually, will he get this last Overlord? Well, he does. Does he have any DTs in production? Negative. Oh, okay. Actually, I heard a DT die. Or maybe that was a High Templar. I don't know. But, yeah. This is very, very, very over. Don't know what was going through Horitas's mind there, or what he missed. Trying to play that greedy. Particularly knowing his Storm was on the later side, too. Because that Archives was down for a while. And Storm was not started right away in the Archives. A bit anticlimactic, but that will be it for Horitas. And now we have our final game here. The rematch of Baku versus Wolfix on Sylphid. So, spawning in the... Okay, just don't have anything here. In the top position here at 12 o'clock on Sylphid, we have Wolfix as our brown Terran. And over here at, what do we call it, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, we have Bakaru as the red Zerg. And thank you for following. Alright. Last time we saw Wolfix open up with a forward barracks and a little bit of marine pressure. And Baku pulled some drones off the line, but he lost 3. And then vultures got in. 2 vultures slipped by his front door. 3 vultures, 2 or 3 vultures, and killed a bunch of drones. A Wraith also killed overlords. I mean, just the 1-1-1 from Wolfix really caught Baku more or less off guard. Was just not positioned. Things were a little bit delayed, probably as a result of that bunker. And from there, it was just not a recoverable position from Baku. And thanks, Quack Goose. I appreciate it. All right, so we again have the forward 9 racks here from Wolfix. So we're going to be seeing bunker rush aggression yet again. Can Baku handle it slightly better this time? He is going to 12 hatch again. It would be really cute if Baku was 9 pool speeding, but unfortunately for him, he is not. Ich hoffe, du gewinnst. Alright, so, glaubst du? We haven't played in a long time, to be honest, Gecko. Alright, we've got a drone shooting across the map here. Gonna see the barracks again, and let's see the response here. Okay, so immediately he's gonna turn that drone around, and oh yeah, okay. Just putting the drone on a move here, trying to get a hit or 2 off on this initial marine. Baku did a good job with this last time. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, and then runs the drone. Nice start for Baku as long as this drone... Oh, it's gonna be tight. Can it escape? Okay, it escapes. Alright, so that's gonna make it across, and Baku then will need to pull again. Is he gonna go for 5? He is gonna go for... 4. Oh, that feels like a really low number, especially because this guy's so hurt. I don't think he wants to fight with this one. Of course, the advantage for Zerg here is, of course, the health Reagans. I'm actually feeling a little bit better about Baku's chances of holding this here. Although, with that 3rd Marine coming up, he's going to need more drones off the line than just 4. I think he needs to go back, and especially since Wolfix has 2 SCVs, even doing a little bit of repair. So Wolfix is like hella serious about this bunker rush, but he's already got the gas. He's going into like a super fast variant of this, where the vultures are going to be out really, really quick. So the follow-up to this is going to be super dangerous. Wolfix sacking economy, but it's going to really slow Baku down as well. And I am a bit worried for him. The Lings, oh, where are the Lings? Okay, they're not even close to done yet. He is putting a creep colony down, but the Marines can definitely target that down. So Baku is on the back foot here. The bunker is going to start for Wolfix, and I am worried for Baku. Will it be buying enough time for the Lings? He jukes in with the drones to buy time. The Sunken is going to try to go down, but it won't finish. Going in for the surround, it's just in time. I do not think that bunker will finish, and the Marines able to get into it. So Baku holds, but in the process loses 4 or 5 drones. Will he cancel the Sunken? No, he's going to let it finish, but that is really fucking useless, to be perfectly honest. And the Vulture, actually, no, I take that back. Well, the Vultures can still probably snipe it, but I guess it would buy a little bit of time against this Vulture, so perhaps not the worst thing for Baku, all things considered. Sending a Ling across, it will get in the map. Actually, no, it will not get in the main and see anything, but it will see the Vulture, so he can expect that will probably be the similar build, and of course he will know this Vulture is really fast, and Wolfix is doing this off a very, very low economy. He's finally starting to make a few SCVs again, but he's only got 12 or so right now, which honestly is probably less than Baku has drones, yeah. So, great economy for Zerg. Alright, we're walling out with a hatchery. This is a pretty solid wall. The danger here is at 17 health. If a few more vultures are made, yeah, Sunkens take a lot less damage against vultures, but yeah, I think Baku is going to make a second one. Is he worried about the health of it? No, he's getting confident. It's going to have more time. If it builds up a little bit of health, that'll become a non-issue. But with just 2 HP, but oh man, imagine if Wolfix had gotten 1 more freaking hit off. Like, that could have been a game changer, honestly. That could have been such a disaster for Baku. So our second Vulture on the way. I don't think it's fair to say I speak German, but I know like a little bit. I wish I could actually speak it. I can usually get like the basic idea of what people are talking about. All right, so this vulture, but this is pretty well defended. So Baku, by and large, getting the defense he wants. The last challenge is going to be the hyperspeed wraith, but he's already got his Hydra Den down. So I think if he positions well, this is going to be a more even game for Baku here. He's got Hydras. He can chase away these vultures. Well, we're actually going to go for drop. Okay, so we have one final early game hurdle. These early drops with 1/1/1 are super dangerous because you got slow Hydra and 4 vultures can kill drones so fast. Okay, but he is making a few more Hydra here. He's erring on the side of caution. Wolfix is getting mines out for those vultures. Does he have speed? Yeah, he's got speed, so they will not be like really annoying with the mines. There probably should be an overlord back here, but I understand why perhaps he doesn't want to. He's pretty well positioned, but the speed vultures really dangerous, and the fact that he's going all the way out here, if he gets to surround, it's pretty good, but this makes him really far out of position, and now the vultures can swing in here. We got 2 drones already, and look at all these juicy drones the vultures are just looking for, and Baku's been out of position, and this is what Wolfix needed. Wolfix will pretty much play this game from an advantage now, especially because he can come in here, juke off, and just grab a few more drones, or swing around. He probably doesn't want to swing around, but getting some mines in between the bases here, going to try to target fire the Hydras, and he swings around, finds that opening. It's just too hard to deal with these vultures with just a couple of Hydra, and that's the challenge of this drop, is that if you make a shitload of Hydra, you have no economy, but if you don't make a shitload of Hydra, then it's incredibly difficult to position them just right against the vultures. Wolfix perhaps not being quite as efficient as he had the opportunity to be, but man, that is a lot of forced mining time. We are dropping over here as well, but nice play by Baku to just get 1 Hydra over here, and Wolfix not able to focus on microing that, but he is continuing to get more drones with these 2 vultures, as Baku's attention is also divided here. And how many drones did we get? We got 2 there. We do have a few more here. So yeah, damage though, I would say overall done, especially because he didn't lose the dropship. I mean, you know, you traded a few vultures, sure, but he ended up getting what, 6, 7 drones out of that? That's a big economic hit. Now, he did this 1/1/1 like super fast, so his economy, you know, it probably brought the game back more towards even than being insanely ahead. You know, if this would have been like standard timing with a more robust economy, it would look really ugly for Baku, but it looks a little bit less ugly under this set of circumstances. Spire on the way here for Baku. And of course, when playing against 1/1/1, timings just go out the window because you have to get other structures first before you go into Muta. You can't just like, I'm gonna do 3-hatch Muta. Gotta have that Hydra Den. Gotta make some Hydra. Gotta get that sunken. Which of course means the Muta come far, far later. This time opting for Vessel and into Marine play. So we're gonna see a different style here out of Wolfix. More of the standard style. We have another drop back in the main here, and this is why it's so brutal. I mean, these drone kills just add up, and that was questionable from Wolfix. I don't know why he's trying to run around like that. He could have just stayed, and if he would have stayed, he would have gotten 2 or 3 more drones, so I don't know. But still, that's another 2 or 3 drones, and trading those for vultures, that's a pretty good trade. Pretty good trade. All right, so, oh man, nice turret timing here from Wolfix. That's sick. That's going to finish like right as the Muta enter the periphery of the base. Perfect timing here. Has a few Marines. Oh, okay, he'll get 1 of the turrets, but that'll actually finish. And Muta will be easily deterred. Science Vessel being put into a same spot. If he would have had a pair of Scourge, this would have been wonderful for Baku, but he does find the turret over at the barracks. Oh, that changes the game a little bit if Baku's continuing, and he is continuing to make Muta. Oh man, if only he would have brought a pair of Scourge, this would look so good, but here we go. We have an Irradiate. He's clustered. How's the split from Baku? It's not a particularly oh no! Oh no! Oh god, no! It hurts! No! Oh god! Oh god! Oh my god, that was game changing. That was game changing. He was slow to split. He had it split out, and then okay. I think Wolfix is pretty safe now. Oh, that was like Baku was close to being able to win that. A pair of Scourge come up, get that Vessel, and the rest of the Muta are rallied in. The turrets are falling in the main. Like, that's Baku's game. He takes control of the game. And then that Irradiate happened. A pair of Scourge and an Irradiate between victory and being very much on the back foot, because now his Muta are in low numbers and super, super weak and softened. But that is ZVT for you. It's pretty easy to make little mistakes like that and lose a bunch of stuff. Also true for TVZ as well, though. It's a matchup that really can go both ways. Baku's trying to get some damage done here with these Muta. Another Radiate goes down. Will this split be any better? Oh, but they're just so softened up. Okay, this time he does get them split out with reasonable efficiency. And here we go. Muta are just chilling. But now I don't know where Baku goes. Actually, we're going to have another drop. M&M drop. Baku's trying to double expand against Marine Medic. Okay. Getting a few lurkers. Muta coming back in here. He's being really aggressive. Another Radiate. So that's just going to basically be it on the Muta. I mean, there's like 4 left now. I doubt he's going to remake them. So Baku is just going to try to go into super defensive play here. No sign of like a Queen's Nest or anything. No sign of any upgrades either, by the way. Meanwhile, Terran has what? For grades. Do we have second attack? No, first attack coming up. Probably, well, we already know there's no upgrades for Zerg. Did Baku invest in... No, he did not. Did he have plans to do that? Okay, first Evo chamber. No. Alright. Alright, me to find a little gap here to attack this starport. If that was 12, good chance you would kill the starport. For Muta, nope. Just annoyance. Just having that warning and the sound that makes Wolfix feel a little bit stressed. But if he knows that it's only for Muta, it won't actually be that stressful. So, shitload of lurkers. What I do like about these two bases is they're both ramped. So, boom, 2 lurks, 3 lurks, 2 lurks, 2 lurks. It's a defendable 4 bases. I can understand why Baku made this decision. You know, he was a little bit behind after that. He figures, hey, if I take 2 bases, if I can hold them, then that's great. I'll be in a very good position if I can get to Hive and hold them. Or he might play a large lurk Ling army for a little while. Now double upping. It's going to be a Queen's Nest? Yeah. Alright, so Baku's going to go to Hive, but obviously not a super fast Hive. And it's going to be critical here to hold on to these lurkers. So really it's going to be about dealing with the vessels, because the vessels and the tanks will whittle this down. If Baku can take a good engagement... Actually, this does get interesting, though, because Baku's opted for much later Hive Tech and much heavier Lurker Ling. So honestly, Baku's going to have to fight this. He will certainly not be able to just sit here, assuming Wolfix moves out here, which he should be doing because he has a shitload of vessels, 4 or 5 vessels and like 3 tanks, which is pretty typical. He's got his barracks production going as well. So he should be moving out here shortly. And I feel like Baku just needs to meet him on the map. If he just sits there, the tanks and vessels are just going to siege everything down. And with 4 tanks, they'll siege the lurkers down pretty fast, especially with a few extra radiates coming out of those vessels. You know, the efficiency of that army with time will just go up. And Baku is a long way. 3 minutes away, maybe, from having Dark Swarm and Consume done. But for right now, he's just camping. But Wolfix is really waiting here. 4 tanks, 5 tanks. I mean, you know, it's going to be a really efficient lurker fighting army here, though. So let's see if Baku decides to meet this on the field of battle or not. I am really unsure of this decision to play this is more of a camping style. I love the vision, though. Maybe he could have one more thing in the center, but he's basically going to know everywhere that Wolfix is going, except for, and this is what I don't like, except for probably the most traditional path that Wolfix's army will walk, although I guess he's bringing some Lings up to cover that spot. And so Wolfix coming across now. He did wait for a lot longer than I expected, but we still have a long time before Hive. And basically, Baku is just going to have to buy time for these lurkers since he's not going to fight this. He's going to need to find a way to buy time. He's got an insane economy, though. Like, this time, Baku's economy is, like, it's really good. If Baku survives this, he is in a wonderful position. But this is a very dangerous window for him. Oh, there's just a lot of economy here for Baku. Okay, Scourge go out. Here comes the army from Wolfix. He's got to move. He cannot fight him that way, but he does have 4 tanks here. And so far, decent control from Wolfix. And here's the danger. These tanks just run over these lurkers. A lot of morphing tanks sieging. He pulls back. He gets 1 vessel, but that's not that many. All the Lings are running in, but they can't do anything. Is Baku going to have a flank in position? No, I felt like, again, I just felt like this had to be met on the field of battle. It's certainly going good for Wolfix.
And remember, the Defiler Mound is only about 2/3 of the way done right now. So Consume and Defilers are not coming out anytime soon. All right, here comes the flank, but it's really clustered. Doesn't get any vessels. The split from Wolfix is decent. This goes down. And I think Wolfix is going to break Baku because, let's be honest, we shouldn't... Consume has actually not started in the midst of all this chaos. It does start now, so that is nice from Baku. But Wolfix is finding his gaps. He's not yet started hitting at the economy of Baku. Scourge trying to go in, but the vessel control from Wolfix here has been really nice. I am thoroughly impressed with some of the army control we've seen now. And we've got some irradiates going down here on these lurkers. And the front for Baku in so much trouble. Will Wolfix go for the jugular, or will he just be content here to sit and siege the third base? Now, he's not killed too many of those drones. Baku has just run them over to this base, but now the Marines are going to go in here and finish off this base, so he's going to at least get a base out of it and bring Baku down to size, although Baku is taking expansion at the bottom, trying to keep that going. Wolfix clearing out over here, maybe for a third, reinforcing here. Consume is still a ways away, so I think the natural is going to get broken, and that's going to make it really hard to defend with Darkstorm because there won't be any chokes. There's just a few lurkers left. The Defilers are out. Actually, he's got enough that he should just be able to irradiate the Defilers. And I think it sure looks like Wolfix is going to have this. Baku hoping for a miracle. He's got a Nidus. Maybe if he can consume somewhere else and get a Defiler through that Nidus. He's trying, but there's... Oh, it dies at the last minute. The Marines are on top of everything. Can a Defiler pop out of here and get a swarm and allow him to push this back and hold on? No, GG is called. And Wolfix advances. Oh man, that was close in a lot of ways, but I feel like that was a game that Baku coulda, shoulda, woulda won. Although I have to admit, Wolfix's army control, that was good. You know, I mean, you know, kept the Marines safely out of the lurker range and kept his vessels really, really safe. I mean, Baku could only snipe one in the midst of everything that was happening. And so that'll take us into Group D, and congratulations to Wolfix and Yeti for moving on out of their group. And Group D, unfortunately, boo to the other two players that didn't show up, is a one-game group here to decide who is going to advance first from the group. We're going to have Ultraling versus Oya. Obviously, both of them are going to move into the round of 16, but this is playing for seed spot. And yeah, you're right. That is, to be fair, probably a pretty... unusual build. 8 Raxing plus like super fast 1-1-1 kind of guy. So in the top position here at the 12 o'clock position as the White Zerg, we have Ultraling, and who I think is Patron. And in the bottom position at 3 o'clock we have IRK's Oya, or Oya G. Alt F? What does that do? Oh, you want to see that? Okay, sure. If you guys want that, I don't think that's too disruptive, I guess. If it gets like way across the screen, maybe, but it seems fine now. So a PVZ to end the day today. All right, so here comes the probe. And all right, this looks like it'll be a nice wall here. I don't have any complaints about what we got going on here. On Sylphid, of course, is the map. Overlord headed the wrong direction here for Ultraling. And down goes the spawning pool. And it's going to be... Wait, is that a 9? No. It is a 9 pool speed here from Ultraling. Okay. Well, South American, so, you know, I can't say that's utterly shocking to me. So we'll see if Oya will go 3 cannons, if he'll go 2 cannons and really try to block how he deals with this. But we're going to have some speedlings coming up here from Ultraling. I mean, I guess there's always the chance you can see something absolutely bonkers like a 1-base layer, but I'm going to bet against that. I'm going to bet against that. All right. All right, so we have a Zealot coming out here. Wait, what the? Is this a 2-gate? What in the... Oh no, this is Gate Expo? Oh dear God.
What? Is he going to try to gate Expo versus a... Oh my god. Really? Does that even work? He's got to be able to block this, or this is going to be... If he makes more lings, which he totally is, I don't see this game lasting a long time. I do not see this game lasting a long time at all. I believe that Oya is a bit of a dead man here. I don't know, probably should rally those lings. Speed is on the way. Okay, he's trying to put the Forge in position here, but this looks bad. This looks like Oya has picked the wrong build to do, despite having a probe in there. Yeah, really. Well, actually, Ultraling is expanding a bit faster than I expected, so maybe he's not as dead as I thought. All right, no, he'll survive. I don't think well, never mind. There are still some lings being pumped out. I don't know if he'll survive. But the fact that he did get that Forge up and already lost a ling and took some damage, let's see how Ultraling tries to play this. Speed's going to be kicking in here in the next couple seconds. There we go. So we're going to start with some probes. Remember, there's going to be a lot of lings streaming down, which is going to make it really, really hard. He's still probably dead if Ultraling just streams Zerglings, because the cannon is going to be so hard to keep alive when he's also having to think about the Zerglings in the main. And, of course, they're on both sides, so they can come in here and sweep around on both these cannons. In they come, trickling in, trying to get both cannons up, and he will easily get the 2 cannons. But the Zealot count has grown, and a lot of probes have been pulled. But that's a beautiful surround on Zealot number 1. Oh, no, but he doesn't get it. Is that going to be enough to allow him to hold it? Pretty good probe pulling right there from Ultraling. Now, the question is, will this just go into 2 hatcheries and streaming lings? If it is, he absolutely is going to need a cannon. If it's just 1 hatch of lings, he will live. He will be fine. He doesn't even necessarily have to get a cannon up. But if it's going to follow up into just nothing but lings, the cannon really needs to get down. And he does get the lings on top of the cannon. So that part of the control has been really pretty good. But the other part of the control has not been that good. Oya's trying to split his Zealots, but it's a little bit of a mistake there. But the ling's also out of position, so not immediately diving on. That Zealot is not where it wants to be. Oh, he should just go for the... I don't know why he wouldn't just go for the Zealot. Maybe he's giving up on the idea of linging, but I don't think so. Let's see what this larva turns into. Here we go. Another sweep back to the cannon, but he's got the probes. Nicely walled. Good attack there at the front, and looking for that opening. Can he get it? He's definitely picking off probes at the front, though, and again getting a surround on that cannon. And indeed, we are committing to lings at this point, and no Nexus down for the Protoss player. And I wouldn't say he's quite weakened the economy enough yet, but now 2 cannons being made at the front, desperately trying to get those cannons down, trying to deal with Ultralings, Zerglings in 2 positions at once. Pretty good wall at the front, but nice target firing there, and he slips back and finds the opening on the cannon. A little bit of indecision about which cannon to go for. Gets that cannon first. Can he come back for that cannon at this moment? Yeah, it just goes down. So the cannon remains down at the front, but right now, actually with 3 Zealots, he could wall off the front, but he's got to deal with this ling. Will he get there before Ultraling comes down? Yes, he will. Or is he just going to go attack? That's nutso. That's wild. I don't know about that. Against Speedlings? These Speedlings are going to get surrounded and devoured. It will certainly give him time for a cannon, but this is interesting. I really don't know about this. Okay, nice. Cute little decision here. God, that's going to be frustrating, because now these Zealots are across the map. This is GG. If Ultraling should 100% win from here. I mean, unless these Zealots just get like right on top of this, but with 3 hatch ling production, it should be almost trivial to deal with those Zealots, particularly because the hatch isn't even in an annoying position here. Anywhere he attacks the hatch is easily surrounded. What the... I don't know what that is, but he's already lost the natural, so everything is down. There's going to be basically 0 production left. I mean, he's already preparing to rebuild in the main, so a really questionable decision there by Oya. The number of lings from Ultraling here just going to destroy this, and GG is called. I feel like Oya... Why did he not just block his wall? He had... Like, what? Like... Yeah, I don't know. Right over here somewhere. He kills all of these guys. Yeah, right after this moment. He comes in here. He kills that. He kills that. There's 0 lings. He's got 3 Zealots. This, he might need 1 here, 2 here. It's blocked. It's tight. He's still got good probes. He's I don't know. But he decided to attack against Speedlings with no cannons. I don't know. But that is unfortunately all we have. So from Group D, advancing first from his group, we have Ultraling, and advancing in second place, we have IRK's Oya. And so, yeah. Thanks for watching, you guys. And I will see. Well, actually, I don't know what the next time will be. Sadly, I will not be able to cast any more BSL GosuLeague games, I don't think, because STPL is starting up, and we obviously don't want to be in the same time slots. And unfortunately, my class times are literally exactly in this casting window. Like, the time this cast starts for the next, like, 3 hours on Tuesday and Thursday. So it's like the one possible timing of the classes I have is just right in that block on those 2 days. Super frustrating. So you probably won't see me casting any more of these games, but I'll be handing it off to Vincent, who will finish off the rest of BSL. Maybe I'll be able to dodge out of a few classes when we get to like the round of 8 or the round of 4 or the finals or something, depending on that. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and it'll be Vincent taking over next week with most of the rest of BSL GosuLeague. And of course, keep watching on the weekends as Pro League continues its march on at the top level of foreign StarCraft. And much thanks to Zero for organizing and for the privilege of letting me cast, and to Awerty and Han and everybody else behind the scenes helping to make BSL the awesome tournament it is. And of course to all you guys for watching and donating, because hey, without that, we don't have cool prize pools, we don't have good stuff. So yeah, I think that about covers it, and I will see you all next time.